Good morning, y'all. It's Thursday morning, and so I am going to cook some beans today in the crock pot. Y'all know a Louisiana thing is we do our beans on Monday. Like a lot of places here, you can get red beans. Just about every restaurant, well, in most restaurants, on a Monday. And some have red beans and chicken, you know, on the menu every day. So how I do my red beans in the crock pot. So what I do is I boil the beans first. I always boil my beans first, even if I'm going to do them on the stove. Even if I'm going to do them on the stove, because you know, they've been in dirt. So I got my beans boiling. So here I'm going to add my sausage and my vegetables into my little pan here. And I'm just going to saute them. That's all. You know, give them a on the stove cooked taste. So it's a little bit more work than the regular ones, okay? So all I have here is onion, bell pepper, and green onion. Now, for me, I'm a little old school country, if that's such a thing. But I like my beans to have a good bit of vegetables. They're going to cook down, right? But I like a good bit of vegetables in mine just because I like that low, slow cook taste. So I'm going to go ahead and do the whole onion. It's a little bigger than not a large, but larger than a medium, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. And I don't have fresh garlic, or if I have it, I'm not going to honestly, I'm not going to take the time. I usually use fresh garlic in all of my dishes, but every once in a while, depending on the circumstances, I use the chopped garlic here. Now, if I would be sauteing these vegetables without the sausages, I would also add some butter. But I'm not going to add butter because I got the grease out of the sausage in there. And I'm not draining it, so that grease is going to suffice for this, okay? So, I'm just going to saute that down. My beans are boiling. And all I'm going to do is add the boiled beans. But I'm going to come back and show y'all. So, we're just going to let these... Y'all, this is a little $9 pan I got online from, I think, Walmart or somewhere like that. But it's so good. You can saute your vegetables on it. You can fry your fish in it. I don't use it there very often, but it's easy to clean up because it's non-stick. So it's very, very easy, you know, to cook with. So I can put a top on this and go ahead and do something else. Don't have to worry about it burning, you know what I mean? So y'all know usually whenever I saute my vegetables, even though this sausage has a little salt, I'm going to add a little salt and pepper. Not a whole lot, but I do season in layers. So I do add a little seasoning to my sauteed vegetables. Little parsley flakes. Y'all, let me show y'all what I got. I ordered these online, and this gonna take me through the winter with my gumbos and soups and stuff. This big thing of bay leaves. I think I paid what, $4 for it. And it's McCormick, my favorite brand. Why are you doing this and you're going to put it in the crock pot anyway? Just to release the flavors. And when it comes together, the flavors are going to combine and cook instead of cook and combine. If that makes sense. So all we're doing is just sauteing these vegetables here. I'm going to turn it up a little bit because this is a work morning. So I need to get my crock pot together here. My beans are boiling. So once I add it all together, I'm going to come back and show y'all what we're working with. And the key to making perfect beans, you do not have to. One lady told me that what she does is to make her gravy thick when she do her beans in the crock pot, she add a little flour water to it. I don't do that. And if you use this method, you won't have to, okay? I will be back. And when I come back, like I said, we'll be mixing it all together for it to cook today while I'm at work. So over here, we're letting our beans boil. So what you want to do, you want them all to start boiling. See, some people soak theirs. I like to boil them because in boiling them, see how that water looks? See how that water is? So a lot of times, you know, like some people say, well, I can't eat beans that give me gas. Well, take and boil them first. Some people say add a little soda to them. I don't. I just take mine and boil them first. Take that first water, just like how you do chitlins and stuff. I take that first water off. So I'm boiling them. I let them come to a rolling boil. Is it roaring or rolling? Anyway, I'm going to let them come to that boil. And then we're going to drain that water off, rinse them, and then put them in the pot. Well, aren't you getting rid of the flavor? No, I hadn't even added any flavor to them yet. So, okay, once they get through and we go ahead, I'm going to let it boil for 5 minutes. I'm going to take it, and then we're going to come back over to the crock pot and add everything together. I'll be right back. Okay, so here we're going to add the beans. What I did, y'all saw me boil them. I went and I strained them. Get it off camera because I need to. I mean, everybody know how to strain. You just put them in the strainer. Okay, so now we're going to add our sauteed vegetables along with our sausage. And it's Manda sausage, and I had a few reshort sausages left that I'm adding to it. Want to get all that out of the bottom of there. And what I also do, I'm going to add hot water. Some people add chicken broth. I'm not. There's enough sodium in the sausages. And I also want to season with Tony's, and it has sodium. So in order to limit the amount of sodium, I don't. I'm taking what I'm doing here off camera. All I'm doing is adding water to the same pot I did the vegetables in. And so here's the key. Here's the key when you're using the crock pot to cook beans. You don't want to put too much water. Your water should actually line up with your beans in the crock pot. What I mean by that, okay? When you're cooking beans, you know they do swell. They're going to swell. They've already swollen here some because of the cooking method that I use. However, the water that I have right here, you know how, well, it depends. Let me back up. It depends on how you want it. Do you want your beans to have a gravy texture consistency, or you like them to be watery? I like a thick gravy to my beans. I'm going to link some previous recipes that I did over the stove, and I may have actually done one online. I mean, in the crock pot for you. I don't know. But here's what the beans look like. You see the amount of water? What's going to happen is, as these cook, the crock pot actually, you know how it makes water in the crock pot. Okay, so now what you want to do, you want to season them. And what I always season with everything, except for my cabbage. I got, let me just show y'all this. For my cabbage, I like Lowry's. And this big thing was $4 on sale right now at Sam's. So I want to put, and okay, you want to use a little regular salt. Remember, regular salt enters the food. The other salt sits on top. well, saturates, I should say. Okay, here is accent. I got this big thing from Sam's. It'll last you a very long time. And I like the fact that it's in a plastic container, not that can. Okay. I didn't even put my toners in there. Uh-oh. But this is my favorite. I mean, everything I cook, I got to have toners. It just does something for that flavor. And of course, I don't have enough views to be sponsored. But I don't consider myself less than because I don't get a lot of views. It just is what it is. Okay, and so here is the garlic powder. I'm going to add a little more parsley flakes. You want to go ahead and season it now. You want to cook with the seasonings in it. My black pepper. And your bay leaves. Don't skip the bay leaves. If you haven't used the bay leaves before, you'll be able to tell the difference when you do use them. It gives it it does something with that flavor, I'm telling you. Okay. And a lot of people probably don't do this. Maybe you do. I don't know. You want to put a little sugar also in your beans. No, we're not making them sweet. That's not what you're doing it for. It's to neutralize the flavors. Just that much. Not even a tablespoonful. Also, you can use a little. Some people put butter. But I'm going to put a little, what I do when I fry my bacon, well, I put my bacon in the oven, that much. Can y'all see? Bacon fat. I put my bacon in the oven, and then I drain it, and put it in these little containers, and put it in the refrigerator. But that's what that's bacon fat. I put it in the refrigerator. If you don't put it in the refrigerator, it's going to get rancid, so you have to refrigerate it. You can't just leave it out. These beans are going to go on high, and they are going to actually cook all day while I'm working. And when I come back, I'm going to show y'all what these beans. If you follow this recipe, when I tell you, you don't have to go and add no flour to your beans. You don't have to go and you don't have to because another way you can do it, like if your beans you have too much watery gravy, you could take a few of your beans and smash them and put them back in there with a little liquid and smash them and put them back in there. But I'm telling you, if you do them like this, that much of water, just to top the beans, they'll be perfect. They'll be the right consistency. They have that thick gravy. Okay, y'all, look, I got to get out of here today. It's Thursday. Y'all be blessed. Have a good day. Much love. 8 hours later, y'all, let's check it. I hope I put enough water because it don't look like there's enough water in there. Oh, man. That's okay. I can add a little more to it now. So y'all saw how much water I put, right? You want to put a little bit more. Not much. Gotta put hot water. So go up a few inches higher than your beans. I mean, really and truly, for me, this is how I like mine. But I'm going to add a little bit more to show y'all what I really... Because see, there's hardly any liquid in here. So I don't know if y'all saw y'all. When I first opened it up, I had to add a little bit more gravy. I mean, a little more water. I added a half a cup of water to them. Can y'all see? That's the consistency I like mine. I don't know if y'all saw it or not. I like my gravy that thick on my beans. You won't have to add any liquid. You won't have to smash up your beans or anything. And these are done. That's 8 hours later. All right. So I'll be back. Okay, so here's the star of the show. Our Crockpot red beans. I did not have to add anything to them. Look at them. Look at that thick gravy in the crock pot. And we're going to just pour that over there like that. I baked chicken. Since I've been home, I got off at 4:30. And this is our Thursday meal.
Big